G'day everyone, Jason Nunn, Fisherman's Warehouse, Tackle Marks Point, with a Friday fishing report. Behind me here, Moon Island, but if you have a really good look, you see the clarity to the water at the moment. It's a little bit of a light sou'easter coming in, but the sea itself is absolutely flat, and there's all these oily patches out there, which I think is a lot of coral spawn that's getting pushed down the coast at the moment. Water temp on the beach, probably a bit above 21 degrees, but out wide, temperatures last weekend, guys, reached as high as 27 plus degrees sea surface temperature. Unbelievable, and that hot water is continually pushing down. There's a hell of a lot of current, southwest rocks, up towards Coffs Harbour on the fads there, really just pouring down the coast, and a lot of black marlin at the Gold Coast probably getting drawn down as well. But when you see the water out here at the moment, you'd be certain that there'll be marlin on these inshore reefs, particularly the farm. But this water here today looks absolutely incredible. We're going to have that little bit of a shift of wind tomorrow into an east nor'easter, and then it backs off a bit on Sunday. But there is a southerly due, probably a bit after lunch on Monday. But the weekend itself, the weather looks absolutely perfect, and there's not a lot of swell around. But this water temperature at the moment, unbelievable. A few small dolphin fish, obviously, on the fad. But the guys last week chasing marlin out wide struggled a little bit because a lot of those fish that are at Port Stephens moved south, and it was more or less our mid to southern canyon area down to probably Broken Bay, Sydney, which benefited from that. But there's still black stripes and blues out there, but there's some incredibly big dolphin fish right the way from Port Stephens all the way through, some big bulls, a lot of the females mixed in with them, but some of these fish I've seen easy 15, 20 kilo. So there's some unbelievable dolphin fish out wide. No doubt on the farm, or if you wanted to slow troll live baits, particularly on our farm area out there in and around the fad, I think you'll pick those better dolphin fish up. But again, don't be surprised if a marlin doesn't jump on these inshore reefs. You've got, the tide's okay, but it's a very, very good afternoon tide this week. Low tide tomorrow morning, approximately 11, and that 5 p.m. high coming in with half a moon now as we start to build towards the next full moon. Bonito, sprinklings of bonito, few trag as well on those reds, but it hasn't kicked into gear, and that's typical of January, where it can be an up and down month. You know, you could travel to Redhead and really get some really nice fish, or catho, but it's not consistent, and this is always the way. We haven't seen pelagic fish like cobia and that come down just yet, probably just a little bit early, and there are some kings offshore, but the attention's got to be on the beaches, guys. A lot of dart and whiting on the beaches, but there's been some really nice mulloway getting caught. Plenty of squid, guys, lots of squid in the lake itself. Obviously Maris and the drop over, but certainly, you know, some of those back areas around Pulba really producing a lot of squid, and that gives guys the advantage to go out there, get some squid to eat, but obviously win one, fish for mulloway of an evening, or again, target kings. Now, not only target kings at the bridge, but you could also bring some of those live squid out around the island, and particularly down at Mawson or down towards Birdie, and target some of those bigger kings that get offshore with some of the live squid that you'll get. Been a lot of brim and whiting in the system, and again, the whiting is starting to slow up a little bit, but we're still seeing good numbers along the beaches and the breakwater. But remember, we're getting closer now to the end of January, so they will slow up a little bit. And of course, flathead, a lot of small flathead. Last week we talked about how consistent the size of the flathead were, because obviously this breeding cycle at the moment, a lot of small flathead, a lot of little guys, probably even under legal. But I still think they're those little active males still chasing around, working with those big females. And some reports today, a lot of flathead up in the Hunter River as well. So there's been some flathead and school dew caught up there. So I think we're going to be probably spoiled for choice. And of course, next weekend, the Australia Day long weekend, hopefully the weather's going to kick into gear, because we've got that southerly on Monday and some warming weather. Obviously, guys, this will probably be the final presented by Fisherman's Warehouse Tackle Well from Jason Nunn, that is for sure. We'll close our doors on Monday afternoon. Then we're basically going to go through that packing cycle. And basically what I am proud to announce is my son Patrick is taking over the marine repair side of it, and obviously the Honda element to that. He will be relocating out to Warners Bay, Sweet Street, Warners Bay, where we'll basically see the next facet of Fisherman's Warehouse Marine commencing out there February 1. So guys, look forward to catching up. I'll be out there having a bit of fun with the guys, but I really do appreciate everyone's support and certainly appreciate everyone that's come into the shop over the last 29 years. It has been unbelievable, and I'll just leave it there. See you then.